What is up? It is your favorite Northern Virginia realtor here, Chris Colgan. Are you going to subscribe to my channel? Are you going to text me at the number below if you're thinking about buying or selling a house anywhere in the DC area? All right, great. I am on my way to Culpeper, Virginia for a listing appointment from one of my YouTube viewers, and I decided in this week's video to do the pros and cons of living out in Culpeper. And as I'm on my way, I can tell you one of the huge pros is this is definitely a beautiful area here. Beautiful views. If you want something with a little bit of like acreage, a little bit of space, Culpeper is definitely for you. But one of the cons that I'm also noticing as I'm driving out here is it can get a little bit far. You do have Warrenton that's close to you, which is about like 20 minutes away, and then Gainesville, Haymarket, Manassas is about like 45 minutes away. But the closer to get into DC and all that is definitely pretty far. But if you're somebody that works at home, which is a lot of people at this point, Culpeper would definitely be for you. But let's keep giving you a tour and going over some of the pros and cons of Culpeper, Virginia. All right, so one of the biggest pros of living in Culpeper is this awesome downtown area, the Old Town Culpeper area. This place constantly gets named the best small town in Virginia, sometimes in America. It's a really cool small town, like nice local restaurants, bakeries. There's a cool like old movie theater. You can walk around everywhere. But the other cool thing about it is you can just go down right on the street and then you're in farmland or different types of subdivision, but they've definitely done a good job keeping the charm of the place, the look of the place. And like I said, if you're more into like local restaurants and shops, this is definitely the spot for you. But let's keep going with pros and cons of living in Culpeper. Yeah, driving around this like old town, there's definitely some cool stuff. Like I just saw a really nice local brewery, cool like local cafe, and then there's like an Amtrak station. So just all kinds of different things to do. One thing I'll say about a con though is there's lack of public transportation. Like you're not gonna get like a metro system or a lot of like a public bus. And another con is like Route 29 that heads into Warrenton and to Northern Virginia. That road can get a ton of traffic and get really bottlenecked and backed up, and they don't really have any plans to kind of extend that. So if you're thinking about working from home, definitely would be a good pro. But a con would be if you're gonna be commuting back and forth, you're definitely gonna wanna build that in as well. And so like I said, if you're thinking about buying or selling, definitely text me. You can hear my phone going off. There was some hopefully some leads. But let's keep giving you a tour of Culpeper and taking a look around at some of the pros and cons. All right, so I'm just pulling up to my listing appointment here. I'm gonna go check out this place. Like I said, he's one of my YouTube viewers. So
the destination is on.
All right, so I just pulled up to my listing appointment here. Gonna go in here and talk to this person about potentially helping them sell their house. After that, we'll definitely get into some pros and cons of housing in the area. And like, I just love it out here. It's so rural, so beautiful. Like I'm looking at to my right to here, and there's a huge equestrian center farm, and there's all these beautiful houses. You just don't get that very much in Northern Virginia. So down out here in the suburbs, it's definitely a lot more prevalent. But let's take a look at this house and keep going. All right, another pro, like I said, is the area. This is like one of the most beautiful parts of Virginia. We're kind of like in central Virginia. You can also head like 30 minutes and get towards the Lake Anna area if you're into boating and all that. But just look how beautiful like the park is here. Tons of farmland, all kinds of things to do if you're into the outdoors, especially, which is one of the biggest pros of living out in Culpeper. But let's keep going on this tour of Culpeper. options out here are like definitely plentiful. I mean, you can get a small townhouse for $250 up to a beautiful townhouse, huge townhouse for $400,000, and then the single families, you know, a lot of them can kind of come in your standard like HOA colonial style neighborhood in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, all the way up to the $700,000 range, depending on your square footage. Or you can get a house on like some land kind of a little bit further out of the city for like $400,000 to $500,000 on an acre. You know, we've also sold some new homes in Jeffersonton of Culpeper area where you can get, you know, a brand new house for $650,000. You know, that would be $900,000 inside Northern Virginia towards the Beltway, or $1 million, maybe more. That's the thing right here. Like, probably the biggest pro why most people move out here are the different housing options. That's probably what ends up driving a lot of people out here. And definitely with the remote working, that has just been a huge pro, because you can work from home, pay half the price, you know, and have a great school system, all that, you know, for you. I think one of the cons though is you got to remember when you live out here, you're kind of out of the area. Now they do have like all your standard shopping and all that, but you're not going to be walking to Starbucks or Neiman Marcus or anything like that like you would be in the city. Like they just are Trader Joe's. They don't really have a lot of that style stuff out here. It's got more of that small town feel, which I like as well, which can be a con in itself. One of the other cons I'll tell you is the weather out here can get a little bit different. Summers can be very, very hot and steaming, up to like 90 to 100, where the winters can be freezing cold. Today's actually, we're in February. It's like 50 out, not a bad day at all. Just wearing like a normal jacket, all that, but that can definitely be a con as well. But I hope you enjoyed this quick little like tour and pros and cons of living in Culpeper, Virginia. If you're thinking about moving to the area, definitely text me at the number below. I work with a ton of people from YouTube, whether you're local here or anywhere in the world. I've had people stationed in the military in Afghanistan buy a house off of me before through watching my YouTube. As always, subscribe to my channel. I will see you at the top or from the top.